knocks the zap into the toy gun and just it's time to duck hunt, baby. Yeah, similarly on the side of Land Crab, their team captain Wendigo, I believe, it seems to be a very heavy backline player. Still cooler with that headed and pencil play, which I expect we'll be seeing a lot of. Especially since our first game is going to be on Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy, a map where both of those weapons are very good.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Tower Control on Inkblot especially really rewards teams who are going to go in and take that space and play aggressively.
Yeah, well, we'll see how aggressive they can be. Catboy over there with not the headed, but a normal heavy splatling matched by a mini splatling as well as a rapid blaster camo from the side of Land Crabs here. Aside from that, the rest of the comps is something you would see during this. I would say I would not expect to see V-Dread here, but after what I saw in July on SOS, that changed my mind because I have seen the power of Dreadbringer on with this map on Tower Control. Already early stamp by Wendigo just to clear some space. They already have Tower Control, are pushing in 2 down on the side of Reignfall. Make it 3 with some strikes to back it up, but there is a Reef Slider that they do need to be worried about. They're going to play patient here, try to get a stamp kill or 2.
Yeah, and you see this hammer being used to clear out that space on bats. Both that Dreadbringer over on Reignfall and Yang's over on Land Crabs, that Tri-Slosher, really great weapons for fighting here on Inkblot in particular. But you've really seen how Land Crabs is playing so aggressively. They've really been holding onto this so far. And even though they've been losing players, they've still kept the momentum. And it's still going. As you can see, they're on a warpath.
I mean, with the wipeout right there, they made it past the second checkpoint right now and on their way for the third. It does seem that they abandoned no, they're still on tower right now. I thought Wendigo was the tower rider for a moment. I got very concerned of like, why'd you drop tower right there? You had so much space. No, they are very much hanging on there, and they're about to get to the second one. The splash damage on that hammer. Oh my god, that was insane.
And they're clearing the third checkpoint now. They are ready to bring this to the end. They just need to get themselves on the tower, but they are starting to get picked off. Reignfall may be starting to stabilize here. DHVF on this end zap already putting that paint down in mid, get that special ready. People are going to get coolered up, which means they can go in, take these really aggressive fights, but they are going to need to move forward as a unit. Zuka might do the trick, is going to clear some space, not get a peck. They are going to lose 2 members of their team. They're doing their best to stay alive here. We don't want to give up too much ground.
I don't know how that member of Land Crabs managed to make it in the way of Reignfall's base, but they are quickly picked off by a double team right now. There's now 3 down on the side of Land Crabs, and Reignfall got 2 specials at their disposal. This will be lovely for this push right here. Some strikes are going to come out to force them off the tower, give Land Crabs a little bit more time to readjust, but they need to bring it in right now. Reef Slider coming out right here, gets canceled very quickly. Strikes once again coming out, going to force Reignfall to get off of the tower, and they're scattered, and that is a wipeout again for the Land Crabs.
Land Crabs have been doing really well on getting these picks in together. And just like that, map control completely swings over to them. Yang gets a really nice pick, a second really good pick with that inkjet. Just laser sights, you're down, get down. And the momentum is so strong. They have such a good lead, but they're not gonna let up on the gas.
This Slosher is oppressive right now. 2 down on the side of Reignfall, and they got a stamp and strikes ready to go. So once again, a beautiful stamp throw right there. Unfortunately, Inoki falls off to the side, meaning that Reef Slider is not going to get what they need. Yang, once again, just being a great slayer and built another inkjet to pressure the backline of Reignfall. Almost gets taken out by that suction bomb right there, but is going around downtown. It does manage to get the slat lane right there. They make it to only 2 points left, but Reignfall is fighting for control right now, trying to get out here. Demon fighting Wendigo, trying to force them back. They does halt the Paragas a little bit. The tower is moving back to mid, and it does seem like they do halt Reignfall's progression, but no, Jennifer is right here as well.
Jenny's like, don't forget about me. I think wisely backing off of the tower at this point, but just was able to eat up a teeny bit more time while the rest of their team was going to get in. Catboy here, holding down the fort, but Reignfall has 1 minute left to go and has to essentially get a knockout. But at this point, with 2 members down on their team, it's going to be really 3 members down. It's going to be so hard to get that control they need in order to move forward.
Jennifer right here, wonderful bomb placement in support of their Tri-Slosher on the team. A stamp coming out right there, barely missed. That stamp throw barely misses. That Wavebreaker hopefully going to dissuade anybody from picking the tower, but it will be very easily shredded with that location down there. Reignfall is just trying to find an opening. They need to play for picks right here, play for paint. But with how much paint Land Crabs has with this comp, thanks to that mini, thanks to that slosh. Another downtown hammer throw. If there is one weapon that belongs in the NBA from this game, it is the mini Splatling. It does get canceled right here due to Demon's wonderful wonderful little Zuka right there, and this does seem to force the rest of Land Crabs back into base, but right now Reignfall is feeding right now. 3v3 right now. They need to get on tower with only 5 seconds left on the clock. Forces a jump out right here. This is the start to the push they need, but they need to be careful as Land Crabs has got all hands on deck right here as we are going into overtime, folks.
That Zuka coming out, able to get one of those picks, but the strikes are coming out, and no, just a perfect GG strike. You throw it, the person on the tower dies, you hop yourself on. Really, really great work, teamwork-wise. Land Crabs played that so well. That was a really dominant game.
Oh, very much so. For the first 3 minutes, the tower did not move to Reignfall's side of offense right there, allowing for Land Crabs to just keep a constant stream of pressure in their special usage. We saw a lot of combos, but a good thing about specials as well as this game is just making sure that you can properly get one after the other, even if they're not at the same time. Using trading off a special of stamping in and then using your inkjet or vice versa. The strike's always being used after to help get a person in or out. Stuff like that is wonderful usage of team coordination right here, and that's the level of play that we're seeing here in Low Ink and with these two undefeated teams. Let's see if Reignfall is able to bring it back as we head to Crab Leg Capital Rainmaker right here. A mode you typically don't see this level of competitive play, but I actually quite like this map mode. It's very dynamic, though it can be pretty oppressive, just like Inkblot Tower.
Yeah, I like playing, well, rather, I don't like playing it, but I like watching it. There are a lot of
I can agree with that. I can very much agree with that.
And this
it's a very pretty map to watch.
If I'm on the mic, I love it. If the controller's in my hands, I hate it.
I can agree with that, but maybe it's because I'm Rainmaker carrier, but I'm just used to it at this point, where I'm just like, yep, let's just go, and we just have to deal with it. But I mean, it's a map that you can very easily get pushed back into, especially if you are like hard focusing that left side instead of. But I see a lot more teams at this level of play take it that like shortcut, not on the grates, but like jumping directly from the podium on the offensive left side or right side of defensive. Maps being flipped depending on what side you're on does make it a bit hard for us to do our jobs, folks.
Yeah, I think you can go either way on this map. It is really set up where it is so dependent on where both teams are set up and where things are moving. That right side, as you're pushing forward, really is going to challenge you to make sure you're clearing space, using your resources effectively. And I see that we've still got that Rapid out, the Tacticooler. Wendigo is on, Lettuce is on that still. Wendigo swapping to the Zuka mini, so we won't have hammers from a mini this time. We will have Zukas instead. And I don't know which people prefer to fight.
Remy is very hard to deal with, especially with just how many Zukas it generates. I mean, we're already seeing how many like stamps came out that game. I think it was like somewhere close to 8. We're seeing right now 3 down on the side of Reignfall. Yang once again just being offensive pressure, painting up for the team right here, able to get the final Guardian of that podium right there. Now they're just trying to avoid getting snuck up on and avoiding any bombs that come their way, but Lettuce gets a free little checkpoint grab right there. Zuka coming out right here, barely misses, but that is a wipeout on the side of the Land Crabs. Wonderful distraction by Wendigo and Yang. Another wipeout on that poor guy who respawned too early, and another one!
Oh my gosh, Wendigo. That's dirty. That's dirty, but they're going, the Land Crabs are going, hey, Land Crabs, Crab Leg, this is our turf. This is our map. We're taking it, and we're gonna use Zuka after Zuka to push you back as you spawn in. DHF gonna get a nice Rainmaker kill, though. They were able to stop the knockout just like they did on that previous game on Inkblot, but again, that's a long mountain they have to climb.
I mean, but it seems like here they're trying to do it. A bazooka shot does take down the Rainmaker right there, but I was seeing some good movement from Rainfall's Rainmaker carrier right here. Yang looking to assist their teammate, does able to get the Vengeance kill right now. Going on the flank maybe as Rainfall does get checked right here. With the mini splatling, you're not able to break that bubble as quickly, but they have brought it. And now it's the thing that you have to do when you pick up Rainmaker and most of your team is down is you just send it. Get some extra points beyond checkpoint, but that is once again a wipeout for the Land Crabs.
That's going to be again, they've got a mountain to climb. Getting past 10, I think on this map, unless you get a wipeout on that team when you're pushing forward on either side, it can be awfully difficult to get that. But you never know in Rainmaker. One of my favorite modes to spectate. You never know what's going to happen, especially in low ink. Catboy here on the Splatling, moving forward, but getting pressured, is able to at least secure a trade here. But at this point, trades are not going to be benefiting Reignfall. That's going to be all for Land Crab's favor. They want to make sure that even if they go down in a trade, they keep at least a neutral state. That is the beauty of when you've got such a nice lead here.
Oh, it seems like we have a bit of a connection issue as one member of Reignfall is seemingly disconnected from the match. Unfortunately, since both teams have made it past their first checkpoint, as well as we're over halfway within the match, we will have to continue right now, and Reignfall somehow needs to make this comeback with one teammate member down. But that is a wipeout on both sides right there! Oh my gosh, what is happening, Rose?
Oh, the sneaky, cheeky bomb on the grate. I love it. Absolutely picking off that jump coming in. It is going to be hard to win these fights when you're down a player due to a DC. I absolutely love that they're still keeping the aggression up. Unfortunately, Catboy is going to get taken out. Wendigo, just with this mini Splatling, is so mobile and fast, and it's just going to be easier to get wipeouts onto Reignfall since they're down a player. But you know, Zuka for Zuka counter, we love to see it. They can still keep this going, and they're managing to not quite hold a neutral state, but they're doing their best to at least keep Land Crabs from progressing too far.
Yeah, shutting down that Tri-Slosher is the name of the game right here, especially as we once again go through grades. But it seems like Land Crabs are just favoring just holding on to the Rainmaker right here. I mean, hey, they got all the time in the world. A minute and 15 is nothing. They do seem to be heading back up right here as two members of Reignfall do go down. They're already pushing it. Lettuce coming in right here, almost at the point that they died last. The suction bomb deters a little bit, and it brings them into oncoming fire, and the Rainmaker does go down right here, but it's just Catboy on the side of Reignfall right now, trying to hold them off. Wendigo, incoming strikes right here. This might be the opening that they need. They do force Catboy back and do get the kill. That's another kill. Rainmaker is grabbed, but that is a wipeout on the side of Reignfall. All Land Crabs need to do now is just break that barrier and jump on the podium for the victory that they have gotten, and they have it.
Yes. Excellent work. You know you've got that number advantage. You just got that wipeout. You've got a little bit of time. You can make sure that you have that entire area by the goal claimed when you get that pop and go, okay, there aren't any bombs here. We can just run it up now.
Very much so. Unfortunate DC for the side of Reignfall right there, but they did put up, like, honestly, a very wonderful fight despite the fact that they were a man down. I mean, hey, I've seen teams, I mean, it would have been a miracle to have to beat, like, the offensive pressure that Land Crabs were putting out on that map, because it's really hard to fight a Tri-Slosh on anything that has grades, especially on Crab, like that little stint after first checkpoint.
Yeah, Yang was taking some really fun positions on that Tri-Slosher. I've heard from my own Tri-Slosher teammate that she does not enjoy fighting on Crab Leg. It can be hard because it's such a large open map and you don't have nearly as much range. But if you get your positioning and your timing done right, and the other team doesn't realize you're below them or above them, just be like, hi, I'm here to take you out. And that's what we just saw Yang do over and over again. But as you said, Reignfall, they put up a heck of a fight. And even though they've lost this set, we're still playing all three. They at least want to make sure that they get one game on the board. That can help a lot with tiebreakers. So it's still, you want to go in that third game knowing, okay, we lost the set, but we don't let up on the gas. And just, hope that whatever internet issues happened with DCs, try to make sure that they don't happen again. Sometimes it's out of your hands. I've been there.
Yeah, no, same, many a time. I've had a very funny moment during last year with my team, where my teammate Ashlyn disconnected from the game. And to us, from the perspective of everybody else, her and a member of the enemy team just went flying, actually flying. Their Inklings just ascended into the heavens, and there they went. And then suddenly there were like 5 other, and then suddenly the entire enemy team was there, and a ball literally flew in from the enemy base. It was insane. Like some of the worst lag I've seen in this game. But lag may not matter, hopefully. But if there is a map that Reignfall may not have wanted, it might be Clam Blitz Scorch, because this is a map that you can get oppressive on.
Scorch is so oppressive, like you said. You want to hold forward, and it's large enough that it can definitely take some real time to break into mid. But it's also such a blitzkrieg at times. So it's not looking great for Reignfall just with how things are going. I'm really hoping that they shake this off and they keep it going, because we have absolutely seen moments where that aggression has paid off for them. We just want that to translate into points for objective.
I can definitely see that. I definitely think their Dreadringer will see a lot more utility here, because this is one of the best Dread maps in the game. I despise fighting that weapon on this map so much. And that Reef Slider, especially either getting up ramp or once you're over top ramp, is absolutely horrific for any team attempting to defend their clam basket. But we'll see if Crableg is prepared for that, or if this is the map that Reignfall will take to hopefully keep them alive right now. Seeing not much change on either side, actually. It's the exact same comp as last game. Both teams feeling very comfortable, both wanting those Zukas, both wanting those coolers, those strikes. We'll see how we go right here, or excuse me. And again, Inoki sticking with the Dreadringer right here, and we're just gonna see how this game goes as both teams are fighting for mid right now.
Yeah, Inoki was able to get that first pick onto the T-Tech over on Land Crabs. That's going to be really nice movement. And you saw that slider already came out doing some real work. Has that power plant ready to go in Demon's hands. They are going to go down and lose that. Wendigo is set up in a really nice position and knows that they can just start moving forward. And you know how I was saying earlier about how just with this map is big enough that it can be really obnoxious to break into mid? Not if you have beacons up.
Yep, that Remy will be very wonderful for that, especially if Reignfall isn't exactly looking for them, because I didn't see much beacon play last game. Right now, both teams are vying for mid, and 2 down are on the side of Land Crabs. They after their last push was shut down by Yang, quickly sneaking around and hitting 2 members. They were ready this time, and already a Super Claim is building. Out comes the Reef Slider, forcing the entirety of Land Crabs to the left side of the map. 1 down on each side. They don't have much eco right now, but if they can just keep this basket open, they force the Land Crabs down to a 2v3 situation and force 1 member to jump up. Demon right here just playing clam carrier, just throwing clams up to their remaining teammates. They've gotten it down to 56 points. This is a wonderful opening push. They need to watch out for that Tri-Slasher on the slide right now. Demon going for the kill that they see on the blaster. Gets the double, gets the triple right here on Yang. Stops again, they're down to 29 points. Oh my gosh, 26. They're still going in. Azuka ready to get another. That is a beautiful quad on the side of Demon right now, going for the 5. Are they going to be too cautious? Yes, they are, but it buys Reignfall enough time to get it down to 8, 5, 2. The game is over!
100-0 in 1 push. That is how you blitzkrieg over into your own favor. Reignfall absolutely sweeping Scorch here. They took that moment and they had what every coach wants to see Clam Blitz played, is a sustained push. They kept that going and used their resources so well.
Absolutely wonderful. They were able to make the adaptation of fighting Land Crabs over these last 2 games to know how they can meet and then beat Land Crab's offensive might and control for mid. And then they just adapted Land Crab's own strategy of just not letting off the brake pedal to the point where I couldn't stop talking, folks, because they didn't let off the gas.
Said, this automobile does not have brakes.
None whatsoever. The brakes were cut. The crabs pinched the wrong cord in Rainfall's vehicle, and unfortunately for them, they got run over by the tires. But still, Land Crabs will take the victory in this set, but Rainfall did not go down without a fight, and they very much redeemed themselves with that amazing, amazing showcase. Wonderful, wonderful work by Rainfall and Land Crabs right there, especially Demon Daz for helping keep that push alive.
That was wild. That really great balance of fighting and also throwing in clams occasionally to extend that timer and keep things going and keep scoring points. Because another really key point of a sustained push in Clam Blitz is managing that timer on that clam basket. And if you can space that out, even if you don't, just 100 to 0, at least you can eat up a ton of time. And they just kept that going to their advantage, where Land Crabs at that point is trickling in, panicking.